All right, so this is for business and professional communications. My name is Cameron Oakes. I'm a student at Texas Tech University. So let's get it started. I know my camera just tipped over. So what's your name and where do you work? What do you do?
I'm Connor, and I work for Ascend Performance Materials on their international trade compliance team in the supply chain group.
Okay. So what made you interested in supply chain?
Oh gosh, what made me interested? So whenever I was in college, I was looking at different areas like marketing, and then I took my first intro course in supply chain management, and I really enjoyed seeing how it kind of connected all areas of the business, from sales to manufacturing to marketing to commercial. We're really the glue that binds everything together.
Where'd you go to college?
Texas Tech.
Graduate from Rawls?
Yes, I graduated from the Rawls in 2018.
Nice. So first big question. So how do you think COVID has affected supply chain management for Ascend?
So it definitely slowed things down at the start. Like there were issues at the port with the ports not having enough employees to move freight as quickly and get stuff through as quickly as we needed to. And obviously in my role, I'm international. In other countries like India and China, we're also having their own issues with COVID. But one key part about being a supply chain manager is learning how to be agile and adapting to new changes as they come. So while it did slow us down at the start, I think we pretty quickly adapted and got everything back up and running. Unfortunately, it did affect our sales. A lot of businesses were uncertain about the future of their own business, so they weren't buying as much. So that did help us out a little, because when sales are lower, there's less shipments they have to get out the door. But definitely did see some issues with the ports.
No. So in the past 5 years, have there been any technology advancements and why?
Yeah, so recently our company purchased a tool called Celonis, which is a supply chain data visualization tool. And that kind of helps visualize everything in the order to cash cycle. So when you think about supply chain, a lot of times people will talk about the order to cash cycle, and that's from when the customer places the order to when we receive, to when we deliver the product to the customer and receive payment for that order. And that'll kind of take all of that data integrated with SAP, and it'll tell us, how many late orders did we have? How many are we still pending payment on? And it throws it all into graphs and charts that are super easy to read.
All right, so where do y'all see most of y'all's mistakes made in that process?
In the order to cash process, in regards to like late shipments, where I see a lot of issues is just with shipments getting stuck in customs because there's an incorrect weight discrepancy on an invoice, or customs has a question that we have to answer, or not all the documents are lined up correctly, for the shipment. That's where I see most of the delays, but we do fix them pretty quick.
Okay. What type of attributes does it take to be a supply chain manager? Or qualities?
You need to be a good multitasker. I feel like I'm always working on something like a project or a report or what it may be, and then people are always calling me about a shipment that needs help, or need advice on a shipment, or something's wrong with the shipment, they need help fixing it, or need advice on what to do. And then also I would say being a good problem solver. There's always some problem or some fire to put out in the supply chain, so you're going to have to learn how to fix those and adapt to those changes. And lastly, I would say it's also really important to be able to follow a process. You need to be good at reading directions thoroughly, making sure you don't miss anything, and knowing what your role is in that specific process.
Mm-hmm. So would you think while you're at Rawls, are there any college courses that you think are significant to what you do today?
So yeah, all the supply chain management courses at the Rawls did help me quite a bit, specifically logistics. That helps me a good bit, and then also our global sourcing course.
Yeah. So what made you choose the career path in supply chain?
So supply chain specifically, that was just because of the intro course that I took at Texas Tech. I thought it was great, and I liked how supply chain links everything together. But specific to my job, when I was looking for jobs, I had studied abroad in college as well, and I always knew I wanted to be in some sort of international logistics, international trade type of role. So the fact that this was, in international trade, I get to work with our offices in Belgium, in the Netherlands, in China, is what I really liked as well.
So what products do y'all distribute at Ascend?
So we're an integrated polymer manufacturing company. So we make and manufacture different types of polymers. So polyamide 6,6 specifically. Polyamide 6,6 goes into making everything from cable ties to the plastics on the inside of Tesla cars.
Oh, wow.
And then we also sell the chemicals that are byproducts of those as well, like adipic acid, acrylonitrile, several other chemicals with various end uses, from being paint strippers to going into fracking for oil and gas. So we really have a wide range of products that we sell, but yes, they're all in the chemicals and polymers and some fibers too.
Do y'all have different warehouses that stores different types of those products?
Yeah, so we make and manufacture products globally, right? So we got our biggest plant is in Pensacola, Florida, but we also have a plant in South Texas, a couple in Alabama, one in South Carolina. We have another plant in Shanghai, another plant in Suzhou, China, as well as in the Netherlands, Italy, and France.
Oh, wow.
So we're spread out quite a bit. And we actually just opened up an office in Detroit as well to service our auto customers, because there's a big auto industry in Detroit.
Oh, wow. So last question, this is kind of off topic of what I was just saying. What do you recommend to prepare yourself in supply chain in the real world?
I really recommend that you study hard and learn as much as you can in the roles. There's a whole bunch of great professors and great resources there to help you stay on track. And then also keep networking, stay up to date on what's going on LinkedIn, network through there, and then really work hard to go to the career fair and land yourself an internship in supply chain. Because once you get an internship, that's where you're really going to see how supply chain works and what it's like to be a supply chain manager.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Awesome. No problem. You have a good one.
You as well. Bye.
Bye-bye.